There are new questions this morning after the Supreme Court ruled that former presidents have broad immunity from criminal prosecution.
If someone with those kinds of powers, the most powerful person in the world, with the greatest amount of authority, could go into office knowing that there would be no potential penalty for committing crimes, I'm trying to understand what the disincentive is from turning the Oval Office into, the seat of criminal activity in this country.
Former President Donald Trump is now asking the judge in his hush money trial to set aside the guilty verdict. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill joins us live from New York with more on the story. Jared, good morning.
Good morning, AJ and Heather. Yeah, there are a lot of potential consequences from this one, but Chief Justice John Roberts insisted that a president is not above the law. Now, though, the courts are having to decide what counts as an official presidential act, as former President Trump's legal teams insist he should not be able to face any prosecution. This morning, new questions around whether the Supreme Court's monumental ruling on presidential immunity could impact former President Trump's felony convictions. Trump's lawyers are asking the judge in his New York financial records case to delay next week's sentencing and toss out the convictions, claiming some evidence came from his time in the White House and should be considered official presidential acts.
For the things that are just for the president, for those things that are just within the president's ambit, absolute immunity. For official acts in general, at least presumptive immunity.
The High Court's 6-3 decision will likely slow Trump's January 6th election interference trial.
There is an enormous amount of legal work that is now going to have to unfold over the next several months. That means the chances of a trial before the election are zero at this point.
President Biden criticized the first of its kind Supreme Court ruling.
Today's decision almost certainly means that there are virtually no limits what the president can do.
Chief Justice John Roberts wrote for the conservative majority that the president may not be prosecuted for exercising his core constitutional powers without specifying the limits of those powers. Justice Sonia Sotomayor offered hypotheticals in the dissent, quote, with fear for our democracy, predicting disastrous consequences as a result of the decision she called deeply wrong. Trump celebrated the moment, writing on social media, "Big win for our Constitution and democracy. Proud to be an American." All right, so as of now, the sentencing in his New York hush money trial is set for July 11th. Back to you.
All right, Jared, we shall see what happens there with that case and others there, too. Thank you. So Minnesota lawmakers have been quick to comment on the Supreme Court's ruling.
DFL Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan called the justices, quote, handpicked by Donald Trump, and said the ruling was in contrast to American values, saying no one is above the law, not even the president. Democrat U.S. Senator Tina Smith released a statement saying, quote, this decision is dangerous. It flies in the very face of the face of the very principles our country was founded on. That power must be checked, and we elect presidents, not dictators. Democrat Congresswoman Betty McCollum released a statement saying in part that every American should understand the danger posed to our democracy by a radical court that is determined to support the acts of the former president and his followers. Meanwhile, Republican U.S. Representative and House Minority Whip Tom Emmer wrote on X in part, quote, the Democrats have proven they will do everything in their power, including weaponizing our justice system to destroy their top political opponent, Donald Trump.
In a poll released last week, only 16% of U.S. adults said that they have a great deal of confidence in the high court. 40% surveyed in the Associated Press National Research Center poll said they had hardly any confidence at all. On the court's handling of presidential immunity, 66% had little or no confidence. On elections, abortions, and guns, confidence dropped to about 63%. 70% believe the justices shaped the law to fit their own ideologies.